Samprasne Bhagavati Purusha Prakite Gunai Mukto Jiva Nirmukto Brahma Nirvana Vichyate Samprasne, upon satisfaction, Bhagavati, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Purushaha, a person, Prakriti, from the material, Gunai, modes of nature, Vimuktaha, being liberated, Jiva Muktaha, free from the subtle body also, Brahma, unlimited, Nirvana, spiritual bliss, Richati, achieves. One who actually satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead during one's lifetime becomes liberated from the gross and subtle material condition. Thus, being free from all material modes of nature, he achieves unlimited spiritual bliss. Please respond. One who actually satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead during one's lifetime becomes liberated from the gross and subtle material conditions. Thus, being free from all material modes of nature, he achieves unlimited spiritual bliss. Purport by Divine Grace, J.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the previous verse, it has been explained that one should treat all living entities with tolerance, mercy, friendship and equality. By such behavior, one satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And upon his satisfaction, the devotee immediately becomes free from all material conditions. The Lord also confirmed this in the Bhagavad Gita. Anyone who sincerely and seriously engaged in my service immediately becomes situated in a tranquil state wherein he can enjoy unlimited spiritual bliss. That was Mamcha Vyamsarena Bhakti Yogena Sri Saguna Samicana Brahma Gundaya 14. 26. Everyone in this material world is struggling hard in order to achieve bliss. Unfortunately, people do not know how to achieve it. Atheists do not believe in God and certainly did not please Him. Here it is clearly stated that upon pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one immediately attains to the spiritual platform and enjoys unlimited spiritual bliss. To become free from material existence means to become free from the influence of material nature. The word samprasne, which is used in this word, means being satisfied. A person should act in such a way that the Lord is satisfied by the activity. It is not that he himself should be satisfied. Different? Of course, when the Lord is satisfied, the devotee automatically becomes satisfied. This is the secret of the process of Bhakti Yoga. Outside Bhakti Yoga, everyone is trying to satisfy himself. No one is trying to satisfy the Lord. Karmis grossly try to satisfy the senses, but even those who are elevated to the platform of knowledge also try to satisfy themselves in subtle form. Karmis try to satisfy themselves by sense gratification, jnanis try to satisfy themselves with subtle activities, or mental speculation, thinking themselves to be God. Yogis also try to satisfy themselves by thinking that they can achieve different mystic perfection. But only devotees try to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotee's process of self-realization is completely different from the process of the karmis, jnanis and yogis. Everyone else is trying to satisfy himself, whereas the devotee tries only to satisfy the Lord. The devotional process is completely different from the others. By working to please the Lord, by engaging in chanting the Lord's loving service, the devotee is immediately situated in the transformed platform and enjoys unlimited blissful life. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshudam Nididhavena Tasmai Shri Guru Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Satvitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Vidati Swapadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Dhamsajim Shadvitam Savadutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Varam Sarana Lalita Sri Vishagamitam Shyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jayatate Gopisha Gopikanta Radha Chanta Tapta Ganchna Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Javana Sita Devi Pranamami Hare Shri Vanjakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Chatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for attending the program Srimad Bhagavatam 4:11-14. So here, continuing from yesterday, the one who actually satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead during one lifetime becomes liberated from the gross and subtle material condition. Thus being free from all material modes of nature, he achieves unlimited spiritual bliss. This is a question raised by the king. Sri Raja Vacha Tapaitam Aishwaryam Mayam Jai Sri Radha Dustaram Apratatmabhi Sarantyam Jaskulājivu Mahavishayidam Uttatam. Question, he asked this question. King Nimi said, O great sage, please explain how even a foolish materialist can easily cross over the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord, which is always insurmountable for those who are not self-controlled. See, this verse, if you satisfy the Lord, you can easily overcome his Maya. That is also a fact that we have learned in the Bhagavad Gita, correct? What is that verse? Deviye sugunamai mamamaya turutyaya mameva prapadyante mayam etantarantite. Okay, there's also another verse in the 11:48. So this is the same point. But now, you see here, what is this that they are all the illusory energy of the Lord? What is that? Because the living entity is always pleasure seeking. Is it not? Always wants something to be happy. So instead of trying to go to the Lord, he is going to the material thing. And this is what it is. You can see here. One, this is the first point here. He is trying to become happy. Shri Prabhu said, accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditioned soul unite in sexual relationship. Thus, they constantly make material endeavors to eliminate their unhappiness and unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanishes, and as they grow older, their material discomfort increases. This is the living entity's outward work. Attraction, and that is highest form is sexual pleasure. So he is trying to become happy, but you see, in other words, the happiness inevitably vanishes, and as they grow older, the material discomfort increases. I mean, it doesn't work. It does not work. See, so sexual pleasure that the living entity is trying to look for. Then he tries another way. He tries to money. He tries to get, money is the honey, correct? Wealth is a perpetual source of distress. It is most difficult to acquire and is virtual death for the soul. Therefore, what satisfaction does one actually gain from his wealth? Similarly, how can one enjoy any genuine happiness from those things that are gained or maintained by one hard-earned money, such as home, children, relatives, and domestic harmony, since they all have money? Again, you're not going to become happy. In fact, it is a perpetual source of money. You cannot get enough of it. Yes? Is it not? Then, someone may be not interested, then he thinks that if I go to the heavenly world, then I'll be happy. One cannot find permanent happiness even on the heavenly planets, which one can attain in the next life by ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices. Even in the material heaven, the living entity is disturbed by rivalry with his equals and envy of those superior to him. And since one's residence in heaven is finished with the exhaustion of pious and fruitive activity, the denizens of heaven are afflicted by fear, anticipating the destruction of their heavenly life. Thus, they resemble kings who, though enviously admired by ordinary citizens, are constantly harassed by enemy kings who therefore never attain actual happiness. See this point? You try to be happy with sex life, you cannot become happy. You try to get money and think you'll be happy, you are not happy. You try to get yourself promoted to the heavenly world, also you cannot become happy. Because there's fear, rivalry. When you follow. It is material world, these are the main things that everyone is inspired. Then it is also trying in another way. Another way is trying to be happy. It tries to, most of them, trying to work karma, work. Thinking by working you will get what is result. They explain in today's verse. Sanskrit. Tatrapi karmanam kartu asvatantrayam. See, asvatantrayam means what? Independent. Everyone wants to be independent. Cha lakshayate bhaktasya dukkha sukhayoho kono arto vivasvam bhajat. He's thinking, what is he thinking? See? Although the performer of fruitive activity desires perpetual happiness, it is clearly observed that the materialistic workers are often unhappy and only occasionally satisfied, thus proving that they are not independent or in control of their destiny. When a person is always under the superior control of another, how he can expect any valuable result from his own fruitive action? Just the fact you go and work in some company, you can become happy. You are always in fear. Correct? What is the fear? You give you a red slip. Go home. Correct? Yes or no? You are in constant anxiety. How you can become happy? These all are written millions of years ago. You understand? And then what happens? Let's see further. This happiness is trying. It is observed within the material world, sometimes even an intelligent person is not happy. Similarly, sometimes even a great fool is happy. The concept of becoming happy through expertly performing material activities is simply a useless exhibition of false egoism. Huh? You follow? That means you're trying to become happy externally. It's not. It is a waste of time. Next thing, you see here. Even if people know how to achieve happiness and avoid unhappiness, they still do not know the process by which that will not be able to exert its power on them. I mean, how rich also you may get everything settled, but you are already frightened of what? How you can be happy when you're just like Kamsa? Huh? He was constantly in anxiety when Krishna will come and kill him. Although he was so powerful. Yes. You understand? Huh? That is not at all pleasing. And since everyone is exactly like a condemned man been led to a place of execution, what possible happiness can people derive from material objects or the gratification they provide? Practically, as Krishna has classified this place as Dukkhalayam Ashas. Are you following? You cannot. You cannot become happy. This is. So now the solution. Now what should we do? What should we do? What should we do to do this? Of course, today's verse is exactly the same as this verse. Exactly the same as this verse. Rishabh Vacha. Nayam deho deho bhajam nirloke kastakaman harti vipujame tapo divyam putra kayena sattvam sudayajyasman brahma saukyam anantam. Understand this? Here, translation. Lord Rishabh Dev told his son, my dear boys, of all the living entities who have accepted material body in this world, one who has been awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for self-gratification, which is available even for dogs and hawks that eat stew. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain divine position of devotional service, by such activity one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness, continues forever. See that? So in other words, the same point, unless we go above the modes of material nature, there's no question of becoming happy. There's no question. If you try to stay in the mode of material nature, you're going to get affected by a lot of bad qualities. You're going to be affected by a lot of. Now, how does it work? Because the mode of passion starts. When it starts, the mode of passion? When it starts? As soon as the sun comes up. So anyone who does not wake up before that, he will be caught by the mode of. If you wake up, especially after the sun is up, that means you are going to be in the mode of. And what happens when you are in the mode of passion? You get passionate qualities. Yes? What is the passionate qualities? Mind and sense control, tolerance, discrimination, sticking to one prescribed duty, truthfulness, mercy, and careful study of the past and future, satisfaction in any condition, generosity, renunciation, self-gratification, faith in spiritual master, being embarrassed at improper action, charity, simplicity, humbleness, and satisfaction in oneself, the qualities of the mode of goodness. Okay, these are mode of goodness. As today Krishna, yesterday's verse we read, Titikshva Karunaikaha. All this satisfies that means the mode of goodness satisfies the. Now, if you do not want to do that, then this what happens. Material desire, great endeavor, audacity, dissatisfaction, even in gain, always unhappy. You get something or still not satisfied. False pride, praying for material advancement, considering oneself different and better than others, sense gratification, rash eagerness to fight, fondness for hearing oneself praised, the tendency to ridicule others, advertising one's own prowess and justifying one's action by one's strength are qualities in the mode of passion. This is what we're going to get. You follow? If you do not wake up in the morning before the sun comes up, you will be caught subtly. Subtly it works. You don't know. You may think it's alright, I can chant, Prabhu, I'm chanting. Please, chanting also in the mode of passion, what happens? You know, right? You become what? Qualities are there in the mode of passion, yes? You know? You look a little lost, what happened? This is chanting in the mode of passion and ignorance. Devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, angry, who is a separatist, is considered in the mode of darkness. Devotional service you can do also. We're not saying you cannot do, you can do. But because you are caught by the mode of passion, this is the quality you will produce. You understand? What's the quality you will produce? This. See? Although you may do big puja, you will do one big puja at home. You know what I mean? Yeah, big puja is a big deity. They worship a deity in the temple by a separatist with the motive of material enjoyment, fame and opulence, devotion to Buddha passion. You understand this point? Are you following? Are you following now? This is further even explained. I have shown you many times. In conditioned state, one's conception of life, sometimes polluted by passion and ignorance, which are exhibited by attachment, hostility, grief, lamentation, illusion, fear, madness, false prestige, insult, fault-finding, deception, envy, intolerance, passion, bewilderment, hunger, and sleep. All these are enemies. Sometimes one conception are also polluted by goodness. Understand? Are you following? You see, if you do not practice spiritual life, if you do not practice as given by the spiritual master, instruction, then you will be caught by this. Understand? You will be caught. That's why Krishna says, he says very clearly, you can see here, as in today's verse we saw. Yeah, Krishna is explaining. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to the spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the mode of passion and ignorance, and by cultivating of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself even from material goodness. You understand? We can overcome this problem. We have to come to the transcendental goodness. Not even goodness. We have to come to the transcendental goodness. I'll come to that, how to do that. And why Krishna is explaining further. When the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then religious principles characterized by devotional service to me become prominent. One can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivation of those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise. So unless you come to the platform of becoming religious, you follow? And religious principle can only come in the mode of goodness. It cannot come in the mode of passion and ignorance. It's not possible. You follow? Goodness means what? Sleeping. What? Sleeping. Prabhu. And then, oh, I'm a pure devotee. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, you come with a big bag and iron dhoti, you think, no, Prabhu, I'm a pure devotee. Possible? Possible? Think. Understand, these are subtle. That's why today's verse. You can overcome the subtle and gross thing. And these are all subtle. How it affects your consciousness. You understand? It's not something you can mess around. Because it's like that. If you don't do it, you get different results. As you surrender, I reward accordingly. There is no two way about it. You understand? Then what happens? Krishna further explains. Religious principles strengthened by the mode of goodness destroy the influence of passion and ignorance. When passion and ignorance are overcome, your original cause, irreligion, is quickly vanquished. You understand? This is why we are stressing. You wake up, you chant. Why? What is the reason for that? Simply because we have some problem with that. We have a problem. We have what? A phobia. Mangalarti phobia. Is that a fact? What? That's why the mothers, they always, the children, no, sleep, the child, whole day in school, he should sleep. Yes? Yeah, no. Please ask him to come for Manga Prabhu, whole day in school. One Sunday, the poor guy let him sleep. Yes? What is sleeping means what is going to become? What is going to become? It's going to become a demon. Anyone who got this bad quality, what is he classified as? Demon. You are producing demons. That's a good program. Very good program. Manufacturing demons. We have enough of them. You understand? You think this is a joke. You think, Prabhu, one little day you sleep, what to know? How the consciousness is getting affected. You follow this point. Let's see then further. Unless we come to the mode of goodness, it says here, irreligion cannot be quickly vanquished. You understand? Then what happens? This is a very good point here. See. Among the 10 ayutas mentioned above, the sages who understand Vedic knowledge have praised and recommended those that are in the mode of goodness. So anyone in the mode of goodness, they get the sages association will be also obtained. You understand? And you see, they criticize and criticized and rejected those in the mode of ignorance. The sages don't like the mode of, and rejected those in the mode of ignorance and show indifference to those in the mode of passion. See how they behave, sages. In other words, how are you going to get mercy from the sadhus if you are in the mode of passion and ignorance? You understand this point? Huh? Now, until one revives one direct knowledge of the spirit soul and drives away the illusory identification of the true body and mind caused by the pre-mood nature, one must cultivate those things in mode of goodness. By increasing the mode of goodness, one automatically can understand and practice religious principle, and of such practice, transcendental knowledge is awakened. You cannot become a transcendentalist if you do not want to come to this platform. And that is also explained, because in other places it is explained. See here, this verse is a very important verse. Uddhava is asking this question. My dear Krishna, generally human beings know that material life brings great future unhappiness and still they try to enjoy material life. My dear Lord, how can one in knowledge just act like a dog and an ass or a goat? It's exactly what we are doing. Is it not? Huh? Is it not? Now, this is another further point, a very important point here. You can see this point. Not that you cannot do, you can. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Uddhava, a person bereft of intelligence first falsely identifies himself with the material body and mind. And when such false knowledge arises within one's consciousness, material passion, the cause of great suffering, pervades the mind, which by nature is situated in goodness. Then the mind, contaminated by passion, becomes absorbed in making and changing many plans of material advancement. Thus, by constantly thinking of the modes of material nature, a foolish person is afflicted with unbearable material desires. So the mind by nature is in the goodness. You understand? It is the goodness. But because you do not want to cultivate that goodness, it becomes contaminated by mode of passion. You understand this point? The mind, it is explained. I think I need to go to one more verse before I leave this chapter. One who does not control the material senses comes under the control of material desires and thus is bewildered by strong waves of mood of passion. Such a person executes material activities, although clearly seeing that the result will be future unhappiness. You follow? That's why we stress the control of the mind. Why? Control of the mind. See here, this is another important point that has been stressed. My dear son, the mind has a natural proclivity to enter into the material sense objects. You understand? Very prone. The mind is very prone to sense gratification. That's why control is required. Austerity is required. You follow? That's why we have to stress, push yourself. Because similarly the sense objects enter into the mind also. But both this material mind and the sense objects are merely destinations that cover the spirit soul, who is part and parcel of me. You understand? This is a stress. Our stress is so, you know what I mean? Same thing again. Not only it enters into the mind, this is further stress here. Here it is says, the illusory material nature attracts the minute living entity to embrace her. And as a result, he assumes forms composed of her qualities. Subsequently, he loses all his spiritual qualities and must undergo repeated deaths. You see that? When he goes with Maya, even he just looking, he gets all absorbed and he loses whatever he has got. And therefore, spiritual life is very important. If you do not do the spiritual life, then bad news. You have to undergo repeated birth and death. You understand? Are you following? Huh? So we are not just asking you, please, this is enforcement. Because if you stay in association of devotees and you space out, one person space out, that contamination disease will what? Spill over. You understand? He become angry, abusive, shouting, then everybody will be what? Affected, is it not? Is it not? Huh? Consciousness breathes. You follow? So I say here, when consciousness is fixed on the material body, home and other similar objects of sense gratification, one spends one's life chasing after material objects with the help of the senses. Consciousness, thus powerfully affected by the mode of passion, becomes dedicated to impermanent things, and in this way, irreligion, ignorance, attachment and wretchedness arise. You understand this? That's why today's world is in a mess. Why? Why? Is it because of this? You understand? Then you see here, the shortcut that is explained. That's why we must have a guru. If you don't have a guru, no way you can overcome all the problems. One must conquer the mode of passion and ignorance by developing the mode of goodness, and then one must become detached from the mode of goodness by promoting oneself to the mode platform of Shuddha Sattva. And all this can be automatically done if one engages in the service of the spiritual master with faith and devotion. In this way, one can conquer the influence of modes of nature. So spiritual master has given us what? Sleep. Sleep. What is our principle? What? How much Prabhupada said, if you cannot wake up and chant, Prabhupada said, classify you as an animal. Why he is so particular about it? Why? Because you see, I've already explained it, that the consequence that leads you to this. Yes? Yes or no? So we have to become very careful, because we have to understand first the knowledge. Why, if I don't do this, what will happen to my mind? And I definitely cannot control my mind. There's no way. Yes, it's difficult to control the mind if we are not bringing it back to the mode of goodness. In the mode of passion and ignorance, forget it. That's why Krishna says you can make your mind the best of friend, or you can make it the... That depends on who. Whose hand is it? Whose hand? Whose hand? Yes. It is in our hands. Whether I want to make it the enemy or I want to make it. You cannot conquer this otherwise. There is no other way. Even again it says in another place. So many places it is said. Again here it says, uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy of the living entity. If one neglects it or gives it a chance, it will grow more and more powerful. and will become victorious. Although it is not factual, it is very strong. It covers the constitutional position of the soul, O king. Please try to conquer this mind by the weapon of service to the lotus feet of the spiritual master and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Do this with great care. That. Why the Shastra has to say like that? Do this with what? Huh? Relax. What? You understand? So this is the system. You think that no, work is important, family is important, everything is important. Then what will happen next? We are going to be caught by mind. And that means what? Again we are going to take birth. Yes? Yes? Again we are going to go through this mess. Do we want to do that? You understand this point? We cannot try to please the Lord by getting material qualities like all that I have described. You can only please the Lord when you get spiritual qualities. That's why we read Yasyaiti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvastu Samastu Suraha, all the Sarvastu Guna Sama, you get all the divine qualities and that pleases the Lord. You get demonic qualities, the Lord will be happy. Yeah, how he comes? What? Paritanaya sadhuna, vinayasaya cha? He kills demons. Then you want to go into that category? You would prefer to get your head cut and go back to Godhead. Think, You follow my points? See how the consequences. Yes. And further, Krishna also gives further ideas. You see how Krishna is also explaining. I think I will show you some more little bit. Right? Here, you see how either alone or in public gathering with singing, dancing and other exhibition or royal opulence, one should arrange to celebrate those holy days, ceremonies and festivals aside, especially for my worship. We are chanting, dancing, right? Why? With a pure heart, one should see me, the Supreme Soul, within all beings and also within oneself, to be both unblemished by anything material and also present everywhere, both externally and internally, just like the omnipresent sky. Of course, you will not be able to see the Lord in the heart. That's not possible. But at least we should understand. You see the point? That the Lord is in our heart. The Lord is in charge. You understand? What happened? See here next. This is actually the verse similar to the one in the Bhagavad Gita 5.18. O Brahlan Uddhava, one who thus views all living entity with the idea that I am present within each of them, and who by taking shelter of the divine knowledge offers due respect to everyone, is considered actually wise. Such a man sees equally a Brahmana, an outcast, the thief and the charitable promoter of Brahminical culture, the sun and the tiny sparks of fire, the gentle and the cruel. With Devanaya Sampane, Brahmane, Gavidhastane, see. So we have to learn how to see, understand the Lord, theoretically at least, is present in everybody's heart. Everything is controlled by the Lord. Now what happens when you go on in this way? For him who constantly, see that? For him who constantly meditates on my presence within all presence, the bad tendency of rivalry, envy, abusiveness along with false ego are very quickly destroyed. Are you following? Huh? So how to see that? The Lord, unless we are in the mode of goodness, is not possible. That's why we have to come to the transcendental goodness, chanting. That's why it's so easy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this formula. You chant, everything will be okay. Right? Of course, in chanting also got rules and regulations that we have highlighted. Initially, if someone comes, you just tell him to chant, correct? But as the person makes advancement, then you tell, that you must do this, you must do that. Is it not? So by doing this, then all these bad qualities quickly destroyed. In fact, the Lord goes further. He says, how you should, disregarding the ridicule of one's companions, one should give up bodily conception and its accompanying embarrassment. One should offer obeisance before all, even dogs, outcasts, cows, asses falling flat on the ground like a rock. Of course, this is tough. You'll probably bring it to the madhouse. But you see how you should at least, in your mind, and how it goes. Until one has fully developed the ability to see me within all living beings, one must continue to worship me with his process, with the activities of his speech, mind and body. This is not possible to do if you are not in the mode of pure goodness. It's not possible. Otherwise, what we will do? We will only see he is my enemy, he is my friend, he is my rascal. Like this we will see. You understand? Once you are in the mental plane, then you will only see this. On the spiritual plane, then only you can see the other thing. That's why we have to maintain our spiritual consciousness. You understand? So if you take up this process, you can see here it's explained. My dear Uddhava, because I have personally established this process of transcendental devotional service unto me is transcendental and free from any material motivation. Certainly a devotee never suffers even the greatest loss by adopting this process. You will never suffer any loss. Naturally, if we stay in the mode of goodness, then how will it be affected? For one who does good cannot be overcome by evil. Right? And what more? Krishna says here, this is another important one. O Uddhava, greatest of saints, in a dangerous situation, an ordinary person cries, becomes fearful and lament. Although such useless emotions do not change the situation. But activities offered to me without personal motivation, even if they are externally useless, mount to the actual process of religion. Even you may cry, oh Amma, Appa, what's the use? Understand? But if you chant Krishna's name, even it seems useless, it gives you the greatest. And in fact, Krishna says, this is the, in Sanskrit they see word here. Esha buddhimantam buddhihi manisha acha manissinam yat satyam anakritena matyena apnoti ma mritam. This process is the supreme intelligence of the intelligent and the cleverness of the most clever. For by allowing it, one can in this very life make use of the temporary unreal to achieve the eternal reality. So at all we want to please Krishna, that satisfy Him, then we must take up this process. If we think that we want to please the Lord by any other thing, it is not worth. The Lord is happy when we take up the spiritual process. You follow this point? He is very happy if we do this. And when He is happy, then we get happiness. Yes? Correct? Prabhupada gave the formula, no? Yes? Bhuktaram yajya tapasham sarva loke maheshwaram suhidam sarva bhutanam jnantam mam shanti richati. So we want to at all please Krishna, we have to of course please our spiritual master. Yes? Without pleasing our spiritual master, it is not possible of pleasing Krishna. And if we do not please Krishna, then our material life is bound to continue. Again birth, again done, again birth. But if you want to make a stop to that, then these consequences are going to be, you have to follow. Otherwise it's going to be a mess. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. We cannot find any way out of this. Yes? So if you want to achieve this Brahma Nirvanam, happiness in Brahman, Yasmat Sude, Brahma Saukyam, to Anandam, again, unlimited bliss. Seto Darpanamajanam, yes, again, it's right. Anandam Buddhi Vartanam, yes. Process. Have to take up the process to overcome the mortal nature, because Krishna is not affected by mortal nature. By going to Him, you also transcend. That can be done very easily by taking shelter of the spiritual master. Taking shelter of the spiritual master means taking shelter of his instruction. That means taking shelter of the spiritual master. Not that you take shelter of the spiritual master and invent your own instruction. That doesn't work. You follow this point? These are all very important points in our spiritual life. If we deviate, even a slightly deviation, then you will create havoc in our spiritual life. What to speak of gross deviation? Even what? Slight. So we should be very careful. I think I have covered the subject at length. Yes? Any questions or comments?
Sometimes it is seen the devotees who wake up also early in the morning and chants, still the devotees of motivation
That means he's committing Vaishnava aparadha.
Even after committing Vaishnava, he is still able to get up and
It's just like the fan, it's going. Stop. You understand? Sometimes, just like I gave you the example, some Swamiji, he also was doing all these things, wake up, but he was also a child molester. How does it correlate? You follow? But then he got the consequence. You follow my point? You cannot cheat Krishna, it's not possible.
What happens to those persons, those who come in his contact just by seeing his
They may get temporarily blinded. You see a person like this and they get mesmerized. Understand? That's why Prabhupada has given us books, Shastra. So you have to read Shastra and you have to associate with people who are, you know what I mean, good standing. If you associate with people who are not in good standing, then your mind will be contaminated. You follow? Although seemingly it is like our society and all programs are going on, but not get the bliss. You understand? Krishna consciousness means that you see, it is the verse. Always engaging in the activities of devotional service, devotee feel ever increasing fresh and new in all the activities. That the all-knower, the super soul within the heart of the devotee makes everything increasingly fresh. This is known as the Brahman position of the advocates of the absolute truth. In such a liberated state, Brahmabhuta, one is never bewildered, nor does one lament or become unnecessarily jubilant. This is due to the Brahmabhuta situation. You follow this point? If you become serious and follow this thing, then nothing can shake you. Even the worst thing also, you will not be shaken. Now, on the other hand, you will always be enthusiastic. As our Rupa Goswami says, the three things, yes? Enthusiasm, determination, patience. Three things will always manifest in your heart. And you will go on, no problem. And even the worst situation, still push on. Because Super Soul is guiding you. You understand? And in the material world, to tell you honestly, there is no good situation. Not everything with rose carpet, people put garland on you, beating drum every day. That is not going to happen. Always things are worse, at worst, difficult. And still, you have to push on. Unless you are fully Krishna consciousness, you cannot fight Krishna's mind. That's not possible. It's not possible. Association of devotees are important. Association also, proper association. If you take the wrong association, then your spiritual life may be stagnant, or you may go like a tree, shanted, growing, but what? Where you grow, you don't. You follow? So this is all things that you have to be careful of. Yes? Well, of course, you have got intuition, you have the Lord, and you are sincere. The Lord is sitting in your heart, He will also guide you. You are also there, you can feel something not right, something right. Yes? Yes or not? Like here you come, you feel, wow, I just played everything wrong. Then you have to question, you have to clear down. Yes? And they cannot give you proper satisfactory answers. And something is amiss. Yes? Yes or not? Correct?
You were talking just now about Prabhu was mentioning some people who are maybe doing Vaishnava aparat, but still they can wake up and do all the seemingly do the devotional service. So there's a group in Guangzhou, there's this leader now, he put this picture next to Prabhupada and he told them to chant his name before Prabhupada. And so they're all waking up very early, they're chanting their rounds and everything. So is it the fun stopping, or where does this strength come from?
They cannot grow spiritually owing to his insufficient guidance. You follow? He may get them to wake up and do this, but because he cannot guide them. Spiritual guidance is not just waking up alone. There's more other things to come. You follow? So if he cannot, that's why a third-class man, he also will wake up. That's it. You understand? So you must take shelter of a first-class to grow spiritually. So yes, third-class man will tell you basic thing, you put the picture, wake up in the morning, this and that.
The class is not offensive, he's going to be offended by doing that.
Eventually they will lose faith in him. Eventually he will go. We have seen this many times. Eventually cannot sustainable. It's not sustainable. These things, after some time, as Prabhupada said, someone trying to imitate Haridas Thakur, correct? Yeah, initially, he's eating only one day and chanting. How many? 200 and 272 rounds. 172 rounds. 192 rounds a day. How long you can maintain if you are not a spiritual being? Yes? So this is why you have to become regulated. It's not regulated, it's difficult. Nishtha, Ruchi, you don't get the taste. How are you going to get the taste when you're not pleasing Guru and Krishna? Yes? So people are liking to imitate. Many imitators are there. Now our program is not to imitate. Our program is to follow the instruction. Like one person was saying, oh, Prabhupada had a guru, a living guru. Prabhupada took second also a living guru. Sannyas also living guru. And you are saying you don't need guru. You must follow Prabhupada. Following is one thing, but you also have to follow his instruction. Prabhupada also went on an ocean liner, he one kartal he took and he delivered the world. You also should follow. Why don't you follow that one? Huh? You follow my point. Following is, you have to what? Follow the instruction. That's important. Cannot imitate. Right? Anyone can make a cheap program, put the picture of Prabhupada and ask you to wake up. The Prabhupada, the Calcutta train drivers also waking at 3:30 in the morning. Does it mean spiritual advancement? Huh? We have to be careful in this, especially in today's context. There's so many mishmash going on everywhere. Everyone is trying to become a what? Jagat Guru. Except everyone wants to be. What's the result? So much of chaos. Correct? Disturbance. What is that word? When you don't follow the what? Suti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriki Vidhi Vinam. Aikantike Hare Bhakti Utpataiva Kalpate. It becomes a Utpataiva, disturbance. And that's what it is. Disturbance. Simply disturbance. And what they do? Make this problem for everybody. Neither they can progress, nor this person. Both of them will go to, as Prabhupada said, where? So not necessary you go to anywhere, and sometimes you hear the command. Prabhu, they also chanting, you also chanting, everybody chanting. What's wrong? You understand? They have to know exactly. This is very important. You cannot have personal things and all these things. What to do, what not to do must be guided by what? What? Karya, akarya. See this? Tasmat sastram pramanante karya akarya vyavastita. Your karya, your work, not work, all must be guided by Shastra Pramanam. You understand? You cannot conform. That's not possible. You don't know. You are lost already. You are lost and you want to figure it out. How is it possible? One should therefore understand what is duty and what not duty, but the regulation of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. You cannot, your hands are tied. Yes? How you want to figure it out? Possible. Not possible. That's why you have to take shelter of the bona fide spiritual masters. Bona fide spiritual master means those who are bona fidely following the spiritual master also, not just bona fide there, but he also has to be bona fide. A bona fide disciple means what? He is strictly following the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master. That is association. Not that he simply try to figure it all out and try to think, no, everybody is bad. I will just do my own thing in the house. Possible? Crazy idea. You understand? You understand this point? There's so many things. I'm telling you now, it's 50 years down line already so bad. Another 50 years down, I may not be there to see that. Probably you will be seeing what you will see. They say, no, now 3 principles, Prabhu. Our society here, we are so good. We have so many members, 3 principles. Yes? Correct? Yeah, many concoctions will come. I have to be careful. Alright, we will stop here then. Yes?
The mercy we receive from the Vaishnavas is considered our karma or special blessing.
The mercy that we receive from the Vaishnavas, is it considered karma or a special blessing?
when you talk about devotees, there's no karma there. Understand? Devotees don't work on the karmic platform. Once you say devotee means he's already in the transcendental platform. So karma does not affect the devotee.
The question is, receiving the mercy of Krishna, is it karma? Suppose if I'm meeting you, Krishna Master in this life, is it my karma that actually got mercy of Prabhu?
When we say karma, means we refer to your past sinful life. So there's no more such things in the devotee's life.
I'm not devotee. I mean, initial stage, when the new person.
You see, unless you are purified of your bad reaction, it's difficult for you to meet a devotee also. You understand? This meeting devotee or seeing, all these are not some ordinary activity. Yesham ta antagata papam jananam punya karmanam dandva. Bhajante mam. You cannot. Devotional service is not on your hands. Like, okay, give you an example in all your life. You planned it. You go this road and you will see that guy and he will give you a book. Isn't it? No, you know where we are going. Yes. How this is arranged? As Krishna says, because of his past life, he did not finish, correct? I will make arrangement again, so he will come back to this automatically, even without him seeking. Yes? This is a possibility. Yes. Punya. Understand? Unless a person have done heaps and heaps of piety. Krita punya, punja. You cannot jump on Krishna and play on his. How is it possible? You understand? So a person who comes to Krishna consciousness, this bad karma thing cannot be there. It is simply what? Mercy of the Lord. You follow? Sometimes sometimes they say this, when you take some person as a guru and he fall down, and then they say that, oh, you see, it's because of your karma you got such a person as a guru. The ISKCON say like that.
That's a fact, but the thing is that the devotee should not.
No. When you come to devotional service, means you are finished with all karma. And then if you meet somebody and he fall down, then where how does this work? Firstly, Guru cannot fall down. There's no such thing at all. So if you come and meet a genuine person, that means it's finished. Your karma is finished. You understand? There's no. Then if they say that because of how that the karma came in, when at time of initiation you take initiation from such a person, he's supposed to rid you of all karma. Then when suddenly karma came again, how is it possible? This is bogus philosophy. The philosophy has got no base. You understand? Firstly, Guru cannot fall down. That's bogus philosophy. Understand? And then when you've got somebody like that and you got, they blame it on you because you're bad karma. Again, doesn't make sense.
And what is the cause of somebody meeting a bogus guru?
He is meeting bogus Guru. It is, as Prabhupada said, this system was set up by bogus people. You understand? So they have engineered this thing for their sense gratification and control. So misuse of their authority. You understand? If a person has gone through such a thing, if somehow they manage to meet the Ritvik devotees, then his life is saved. It's not a gone situation. It's just understanding the facts as per their. And this person has fallen down is bogus because he is not authorized to be doing that anyway in the first place. Your connection is with Prabhupada. You follow? Then you go on with Prabhupada. A representative is a representative. There's not anything more than that. You understand my point? Huh? So there's no such thing as karma and all this for a devotee. Karma doesn't work. Of course, then you say, why devotees sometimes suffer? Seems like Krishna, Sridhar Maharaj is explaining in this point, that when Krishna sees that the devotee inside the heart, he has some material desires. So Krishna will try to remove that by inflicting some so-called karma. But it's not the same as someone suffering. It is to actually remove the last contamination. You understand? There is a difference for a devotee. Yes? Clear? Clear? Is it clear? Any further thing? Sorry for the very, very long class. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Bhagavatam Ji. Prabhu.